happened before. Anyway, we're going frame by frame still. I'm here all day. Got nothing else to do except find the truth. We're here to find the truth. When we're at the previous stream, Greg Bavino actually said that he came to do maximum damage.
And as we have seen more than 100, then about 2 during this operation.
This is the comments actually. That's crazy. Everybody's like, they haven't seen the video or what?
U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
I wonder what they're gonna do now when these videos are out.
And safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage.
Maximum damage, he said. He wanted to create maximum damage, right? He says he approached him with a 9mm handgun. That's what they said. He approached them with a 9mm. Look, let's see it again. Greg Bavino just said he approached the agents with a 9mm handgun. Is that a handgun? Is that a handgun? Let's see the other lies.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Looks like he got pepper spray first. He went down. He put his phone in his pocket. Look, they throw away the clip here. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Katia. He runs away with the handgun. He runs away with the handgun and they shoot him.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
He was with his hands in the floor. That's not the only angle I have. That's not the only angle I have. This is the lady from that in the pink sweater. Look, they're pepper spraying him. I wish there was more clear video. Look, but he's on the floor right now. But he said he approached him with a 9mm handgun. That's what Greg Bavino said. Look.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to...
Every U.S. resident and citizen should express Second Amendment. The thing is that he was exercising Second Amendment, right? But he never approached the ICE agents with a handgun. I'm just going to do this video because this one's more clearly. Look. Look what Greg Bavino says. To your comment. Thank you for the comment. Go to the 1 minute mark. And I keep repeating this because the government's lying straight to our face. He said that he came with a 9mm handgun.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Okay. He said he approached the agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Look at that. Does that look like a handgun to you guys? That looks like a phone to me. He gets pepper sprayed. He puts a phone in his pocket. He's still getting pepper sprayed. They're hitting him in the floor. That's why he has his hands in his face, because they're hitting him in the floor. But let's see what Greg Vivino said.
An individual.
Frame by frame. We're going frame by frame.
With a 9mm.
Sorry.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene.
Okay, now let's look at the truth now. Benito Juarez, little man syndrome. It's crazy because it's like, we know the sky is blue. The government comes in the news and tells you the sky is yellow. I'm like, bro, we can just go outside and see the sky is blue. It's yellow. We're telling you it's yellow. He just said, he came in brandishing. Look, I put the video from the beginning. Look, he's filming. Look, he's filming. Right here. He's filming. Look. Greg Vivino just said he approached him with a 9mm handgun. He wanted to do maximum damage. Look. I'm not lying.
During this operation,
this happened 37 minutes, about 40 minutes ago. He came up with this press conference.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Okay.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
He wanted to massacre law enforcement with his phone? Are you kidding me, yo? Oh my gosh. No matter how they do it, this was not justifiable. He said that he came at them with brandishing a 9mm handgun. This video clearly shows he was holding the phone. He never reached for his waistband in the back where his gun was at. And these agents didn't even know he had a gun. He said that this guy came here to massacre the agents. He just said that. Look at the phone.
The subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
This individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Guys, I just want to know. Wait, hold on. This is an individual that came in to do maximum damage. I just want to know. He say he came here to massacre agents. Looked like me, he came to document and stuff. Look. He said that he came here to massacre agents. No, he didn't. This is crazy, yo. Like the proof's there. All you had, I woke up, like I said, I woke up because I worked all last night, and my DMs are hitting me up. My DMs are hitting me up. Check this video. Check this video. I wake up and I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I see this video. Then I saw the news conference.
At the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Greg. He came in to massacre agents and create maximum damage with his phone. Well, I guess a phone could be considered a weapon, because it shows the truth. Look at that. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Look how they're hitting him, right? Of course he's gonna cover his face. Who's gonna it's like instinct, you know? Somebody hits you in the face, you put your hands in it. His hands are on the floor. He never reached for his waistband. Look, that's one of the clips right here, right? This guy runs away with the weapon. This guy runs away with his weapon. This guy right here, the one in the blue, is the one that takes the first shot. From what I could see. Look, he shot his right there. It's crazy, yo. Like,
they're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
look, they have him on the floor. His hands are right here. Look, you see the little hands right here? His hands are right here. Look, they hit. That's when they hit him. This guy unholstered his weapon already. Right here. The ICE agent, already, right here, he took out the weapon. Look, right here. He has the weapon right here. This is the one that shoots first, the one in blue.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Look how many shots.
Did I fucking...
Look how many shots there is, though. Look. This guy's already running over here. Imagine all of them could ricochet. Look, he's already dead, bro. He's already not alive. Look how many bullet holes they put on him, bro.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
I keep repeating the video because the proof is clearly out there. Anybody, look, I only finished like I didn't even go to college, but I could tell. A person who did me, right? They say I'm dumb, right? They never went to college. I could clearly see this individual did not come here brandishing a gun. He did not come here to massacre anybody. He was clearly videotaping. It's just crazy.
Agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
He says it with such a straight face. It's crazy. It's scary, man. It's scary because the truth's there. Like, the truth's right here. He did not come here brandishing a weapon. He did not come here to massacre anybody. He's video recording. He's video recording, guys.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Is that a 9mm handgun? It's nuts. It's nuts and it's scary. Because if they lie about this, they could lie about anything. And it's crazy how people support this. Like in the comments. And then look at what's Fox News. Walter and Frey have blood in their hands, inciting violence. I didn't see that. He's video recording, bro. He's video. I support law enforcement. Actually, let's see what else. What else is going on in Minnesota? I didn't even check, bro. Better News is live too. Let's see what Watt says. Oh, thanks for everybody. My feed is like my kids.
All right, Michael, thank you. Let's bring in Steve Durkowski, the state senator of Minnesota. This is your state, Steve.
Is there anything live?
And it's looking like the.
Is there anything?
America. This is MAGA's America.
See what Watt said.
Thank you all for being here.
24 minutes ago.
I'll have a short statement, then I'll turn it over to
So low.
Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson to update the situation.
Can you guys hear that? I can't even hear that.
Police received a report of a shooting involving federal law enforcement in the area of East 26th Street and Nicollet Avenue on the south side of the city. Officers arrived and found an adult male with multiple gunshot wounds when they arrived. Life-saving aid was being rendered, and he was transported by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased. Based on the information that we have, which is very limited, this is a 37-year-old white male who is a Minneapolis resident, and we believe he is an American citizen. We have not been told any official reports of what has led up to the shooting, but we have seen the video that is circulating on social media. Our demand today is for those federal agencies that are operating in our city to do so with the same discipline, humanity, and integrity that effective law enforcement in this country demands. We urge everyone to remain peaceful. We recognize that there is a lot of anger and a lot of questions around what has happened.
All right, look at the
We need people
comments.
to remain peaceful. In the area, we have an unlawful assembly.
Hey, Christy, is it this one? Where is it? You're talking about this one, Christy, right? Is it this one, Christy? This is I think this is the footage of the woman in pink. Right? I couldn't get a clear one. Most of it's blurred though. Is yours better? And where did you send it on?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, see the guy's right here. He pushes the lady. The guy goes and helps the lady. He gets pepper sprayed. And then he's in the floor. Look, this guy unholsters his weapon right here. Look. This is the guy in the gray that unarms him. This guy, look, he took out his gun already. Let's see, he's pointing at it right here. But look. So this guy's unarmed, right? This guy's unarmed. All these agents are right. He could easily shoot this guy and this guy. How irresponsible is that when he just saw that they unarmed him from the back? He falls down. And it's crazy though, because look what Greg Vivino said. Like, I have my history.
Being here. I'll have a short statement.
Who's Greg Vivino? He said that where's Fox News? Fox News. I just had the video. I was playing it right now. Greg Vivino. Oh my gosh. We go to history. Kids were watching.
whose criminal history includes domestic harm, an individual
An
approached
IG?
U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers,
Was yours more
Border Patrol
better than
agent
mine?
fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation.
Oh, your video is more clear than mine. Oh, all right. Let me download this
And
one.
massacre law enforcement.
Yeah.
Then,
Thanks, Katie. Yeah,
about
Christy.
100 rioters
Let me download this one. Let me
arrived
post
at
it
the
because it's
scene
more clear.
and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement. Crowd control measures have been deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement.
Thank you, Christy. Appreciate
the
that.
situation is evolving.
That video is a lot
More
clearer than the one I have.
information is forthcoming. The officer
I'm getting it right now.
and had been serving as a Border Patrol agent for 8 years. The officer has extensive training as a range safety officer and
Oh,
less
why is this
lethal
so
officer.
blurry here, though?
As mentioned, this is only the latest attack on law enforcement. Across the country, the men
It's
and
crazy
women
how they lie
of
so
DHS
like they manipulate
been
everything.
attacked.
Look, I'll show you from the beginning. From the other video. Look, he said he came with a 9mm handgun. He came here to create maximum damage, is what he said, right? Isn't that what he said? Look, I'm not lying. And I keep repeating this because they're clearly lying to us, bro. Like, we all know the sky's blue. I could go outside and tell you right now, the sky's cloudy right now because of the weather. Yeah, they're telling us there's clear skies and sunshine.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents
Okay, Greg. Did he approach you guys with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, or is that a phone? That looks awfully like a phone. That does not look like he got pushed him with a 9mm handgun. What are you talking about?
attempted to agents. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
That's crazy.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Look at the facts. Is that a 9mm handgun? Is that a 9mm handgun, guys? Am I blind? He went down because you guys pepper sprayed him. What you talking about? Look, he's holding. Gracie, let me go look at that video on Instagram. From that, let me see if I can find the link. Hold on, guys. All right. Well, let me try to find the other video real quick. The one Christy sent me. What's the okay? Where's the footage? Okay, I'm gonna find it on Instagram. Hold on, guys. Alright, I'm gonna play this video more so they guys. Well, I'm finding another video. I'm finding another video clearly. Christy just sent me a video. Okay, let me open it up.
This
Yes.
operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Then, about 200 rioters
All right, guys.
arrived at the scene and began to...
All right, guys. I got the video. Christy just sent me. Let's see if that's true. Okay, thanks, Christy. I appreciate that. So he's video recording.
Go.
This footage a lot better than mine. Thanks, Christy. I appreciate that. Wish I could go full screen on this.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So the guy said she pushes the lady. Pepper sprays him. He holds the lady. They tackle him to the floor. He never reached for a gun or anything like that.
People, the fuck is wrong with
Look, his hands are on the floor.
Honestly.
Graphic content. Just to give a disclaimer. Graphic content. His hands are on the floor right here. You can see it right here. This one gives it free. But you see, look, but look how close they are to the other agents. All of them could. Then one of those bullets could have ricocheted and hit one of them. And then we would have more tragedy. He falls on the floor. He was never reaching. Overkill. That's we play the video. That's crazy though. This guy did survive brandishing a gun, right? That's true though. This guy did records, gets killed. Let's see what Breca Vivino said again. You know what's crazy? How they can just sit there and lie. And they know the government's backing them up.
This operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
Defensive
Medics
shots.
on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene.
Look for another angle. It's nuts, man. Like, I understand that some of the law enforcement, they're in danger, but like, say the truth though. There's like so many videos. Look, and this is just like 4 videos we've seen, 3 videos, right? Everybody else over here has videos. Hey Ram, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Look, this is the guy that gets the first shot in. They throw the clip right here. The clip is right here. He was not violently. Look, his hands are right here. But how is he violently fighting back? Look, you clearly see his hands right here before they shoot him. Right before they shoot him. His hands are right here. And this guy's the one that creates the first. This guy has the gun already. Look, right here. He's unarmed. He's unarmed. This guy, everybody else saw how clearly he's running away with the weapon. This guy pops. I wish this guy wasn't here because we would have seen everything. Look, he grabs the gun and shoots him. Well, what'd you say, Mr. Greg? Hey, Koran, thank you. Appreciate the follow. Mr. Greg, what did you say again, Mr. Greg?
This operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
I keep repeating this thing so in case people are coming in, right? Know the truth. Like, if they do this against him, or we got 4K video, right? Like, we got videos up the butt. You know? Pause. But we got mass videos everywhere, Rio. And they're telling us he approached him with a handgun. Imagine what they could do against you right now. I don't think this is necessarily by immigration or anything like that. I think this is the government, like, everybody's catching the government in a lie, and then they're getting like, wait a minute. Okay, like me, I didn't go to college, but I clearly see that it's a lie. Everybody's catching on the lie. If they were doing target, if this was about immigration, Obama deported 3 million people, right? Everybody tells me Obama deported 3 million people. Okay, we never saw this though. We never saw anything like this. He was doing he was targeting the people with criminal records, but we never saw this mayhem.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Maximum damage, you said. Okay. After this, we're gonna see what the news is saying. Maximum damage. There's an individual that came in here to do maximum damage. You heard it from the horse's mouth. He came here with a 9mm handgun. He approached the agents with a 9mm handgun. That looks like a phone to me, guys. That looks like a phone to me. I'll put it next to. I'll repeat it, man. Like, I'm here all day I'm here all day to repeat the lies. Bro, I'm not intelligent. I got my GED. Right? I didn't go to college. But I have eyes.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Oh my God. He approached the agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. He's pepper spraying him with a phone. He's pepper spraying him with a phone. Like I said, I woke up. I worked all last night. I wake up because my phone's going crazy. And I see this video. The government has better investigators, educated people, people who criminal justice degrees. I'm just somebody with a GED. I'm a common folk. I'm not the most intelligent person. But I know this is a lie. They're treating us like we're like sheep. You understand that? This is not an immigration issue. This is the government saying we could do whatever we want on video. And this is the truth. This is the only truth. Like I said, the government says right now my sky is cloudy, it's miserable outside. But if Greg Ravino comes in, he's like, no, it's sunny outside. It's 70 degrees. It's not negative 20. That's what they're taking us for, bro. We're not dumb. You're not dumb. We're all critical thinkers, right? There's some stuff where I agree, like when the government does, I agree. Like, you know what? I rock with that. But this I don't rock with. Because we're clearly seeing this in 4K. Yet Greg Vivino comes on camera, talks to millions of people, and tells us this guy approached ICE agents with a 9mm handgun. The ICE agents tried to unarm him, but he fought back violently. The ICE agents, fearing for their lives, unalived them. He puts his phone in his pocket. He grabs the lady. He never brandished a weapon. Look, his hands are on the floor. His hands on the floor. How is he fighting violently? You know what? When somebody tells me, "Oh, he fought violently," I'm assuming that he's like throwing fists everywhere. You know, trying to reach for other people's stuff. Oh, I see this ICE agent right here smacking him in the face a couple times. So you'll see. Look, they're kicking him. Look, they're smacking. Look, he's running away with the handgun right here. He's unarmed. He's unarmed. He's unarmed, guys. What did you say, Mr. Greg?
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents.
Put the captions.
9mm.
Let me put the captions for everybody, so there's no misunderstanding, right? Let me put the caption. Oh, you can't see it because of my face. I can move my face. Wait, no. Right. I'll move my face over here. I'll move my face over here. All right, let me hide this. All right. Are we good? I'm putting the captions so everybody can read. And there's no misunderstanding about the volume issues. And I'm not saying no lies, right? Are we good? Everybody locked in? We locked in.
During this operation, an individual.
During this operation, I'm gonna repeat everything he says, right? Because I'm here all day because we're getting lied to in our faces. Let's get this message across. If you guys gotta clip this. During this operation, an individual
approached U.S. Border Patrol agents.
U.S. Border Patrol agents with
9mm semi-automatic handgun.
With a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Let's go back to the video. Hey, mister. Where's your 9mm handgun? How do you explain that? What else did you say, Mr. Greg?
The agents attempted to disarm the individual.
Disarm his phone? Maybe is that what he's talking about? Because they look like they're pepper spraying the crap out of him because he's trying to like help this lady out. Look, they're smacking him in the face right here. Do you see that? Boom. They hit him in the face. This is the guy that did the shooting from what I can see. They throw the clip here. This guy threw the clip over here. He turns around. Right here's the gun. Right here's the handgun. Okay, Mr. Greg, let's see what you said again. Let's put it back in the beginning. Because we got those images fresh in our mind.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
First lie. You did not approach your agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. You can approach your agents with a phone.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Second lie. You guys pepper spray him. He went like this, and then he tried to cover the lady in the floor. You guys tackle him down. he was in the fetal position like this. An agent smacked him in the face a couple times. His hands are in his face. And then disarmed him. Once he was like bent over, you saw he had a weapon. You guys disarmed him, threw the clip in the floor. The ICE officer runs away with the weapon right here. Look, his hands are right here. Hey, saying thank you for the follow. His hands are right here. Look. How's he violently fighting back? You guys see this? I'm seeing this. You guys are seeing this. There's situations where law enforcement has the right to take your life, right? This one, he was exercising his Second Amendment right to carry a firearm. He was not brandishing it. He was video recording it. He had a phone like this. I agree. If law enforcement, if there's a clear danger, do what you gotta do. But this was not one of those cases. This was a case of 3 months of training. Finger on the trigger. Law enforcement are meant to de-escalate situations, not escalate them. Professional law enforcement, they're there to de-escalate, not escalate. Look, right here. Right now, he's not a clear threat to anybody. You see the gun right here? And then, what did you say, Mr. Greg?
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Thank you for the like.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. That's what Greg Vivino said. Now let's look at the facts one more time. Like I said, I didn't go to college. I'm not the smartest bunch. Right? I'm not. I'm just a normal citizen with 2 eyes, like you guys. I agree. Sometimes there's situations where law enforcement need to take somebody's life, right? This was not one of those cases. This was not one of those cases. And somebody lost their life over somebody who was trigger finger. We know. And he said this guy was an experienced agent. I don't think so. He say, so everybody wrote this down? I told everybody to write all the lies earlier. He said he approached law enforcement with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. That's what he said. That looks like a phone to me. That looks like a phone to me. Greg just said he approached ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Agents tried to disarm him, but he fought violently. I'm almost memorizing word by word what he says. We watched the video so many times. Look, they grab him and throw him on the floor. You know why I like this video? Because you can see his hand movements. Look, his hands are on the floor. When somebody says he fought violently, you assume he's like throwing stuff in the air, fist everywhere, trying to reach people's stuff. you know, cursing at them, F you, F you. I don't see none of that. His hands on the floor. Look, guys, they just smacks him a couple times in the face. Look, see? Look, that's the clip. That's the clip right here. They throw the clip in the floor. Look, his hands are right here. You guys see, nobody's blind, bro. No one is blind. His hands are right here. His hands are right here. You guys can see. I don't know how to say this. Like, man, I just want to scream in the world, bro. Like, this is a lie. I want Greg Bavino to come and say, you know what? I did lie. Oh, my fault. But no, you know what he says? He says this.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
9mm semi-automatic. That was like a photo of me. This should have been my display thing for my video, my thumbnail. I guess phones are considered 9mm semi-automatic handguns nowadays. You know? My phone. I guess this is a deadly weapon. My phone. The government messed up on this. In the same way they went after the people of the church. Well, I agree. The people of the church probably shouldn't have gone inside the church, right, to protest because it's a place of worship. They could have protested outside, you know. But this, there's no justification. There's no matter what they say. They clearly lie.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Very violently. I don't think he didn't even swing once at the ICE agents. Not even once he swung at them. Nobody got hurt from their side. Look. He smacks him in the face. Is that violent? Look, he has his hands on his face. See that? Right here? When the ICE agent smacked him, he put his hands on his face. Look, right there. See? And then he grabs... He hit him with the canister thing. Look, the clip is right here. The clip's on the floor. He runs away with the gun. Let's look at the other angle. Here.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Look, hands are on the floor. I could tell that. You could tell that. Everybody could tell that. This is the agent that... They smack a couple times. This is the agent that pulls the trigger first. Look, he's reaching already. You know?
Shit! What the fuck? They killed him? Did they fucking
Everybody
kill
overkill. I don't know, guys. It's so crazy.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject.
Fox News just came out with a
The
video.
subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Maximum
Then,
damage.
About 200 riders.
Let's see minus touch. Let's see. So I'm trying to find might have just come out with a video. It says something about Trump's response. 2 hours ago there.
More information is now emerging after the Trump regime's Border Patrol Gestapo fatally shot a 37-year-old man in Minneapolis today. We are learning the identity of that man
Oh, he's a nurse?
as the Trump regime goes into full cover-up mode. Donald Trump has made some of the most heinous and despicable posts this morning.
I've never seen this video. This is clearly live, so
So has Stephen Miller.
thank you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
So has ICE, and so has Border Patrol. In addition, Department of
No matter what they do, they can't cover it up. They all have eyes. The videos are out there.
Homeland Security has taken over the investigation and has even
A man fatally shot by federal official in defense. Alex Jeffrey. Right, pretty. Rest in peace, Jeffrey. Rest in peace. He went there to document stuff. I didn't see him violently protesting. He died.
even moved the FBI away from this investigation, and they're trying to block the FBI and local and state officials from conducting an investigation. The victim has now been identified. His name is Alex J. Preddy, 37 years old,
Preddy.
of South Minneapolis, brutally murdered by Donald Trump's Border Patrol Gestapo, led by Greg Bovino. Alex J. Preddy had no criminal record. He worked as an ICU nurse for the VA. He was a legal gun owner. He had a permit for concealed carry.
You know what's crazy? But remember that guy that a mob was supposedly following him? He had like an AR or something like that. I forgot his name. Police never shot him.
Of his firearm, which is what he appeared to be doing when this shooting took place.
Very clearly a threat. A crazy threat right there. Phone. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Alex. I wonder what the gun owners, what's the NRA gonna say about this? He was not brandishing a weapon. Where are they? Are we gonna hear about them? Or are they just gonna stay quiet? They're so always with gun owners, this, gun owners, that. Where are they now? Legal gun owner. He was not brandishing the weapon. He was not being violent. All he was doing is record.
When he was killed in cold blood by Donald Trump's ICE Gestapo, he was not brandishing a weapon. He had a cell phone, and he was videotaping ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo terrorizing the communities in Minneapolis and St. Paul. When he was approached by the border.
Hold on, Christine Noem's alive. Or 4 p.m. All right, 4 p.m. Remind me, guys. Everybody else over here, remind me. Everybody on Kick and everything. Appreciate everything. 4 p.m. Christy is gonna talk. 4 p.m. Hopefully they're on time. Let me open a new window. Actually, I'm gonna put this in the background. And once she starts talking, I'm gonna switch over. All right. Oh, so my. Once. Wait. What's? Oh, Pam Bondi says something.
The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, joining us live here in studio. AG, thank you so much for coming in.
Sure.
This
15 minutes
report
ago. She said this.
for everyone involved. Let me just get your initial thoughts of what's happened here in Minneapolis in the last couple of hours.
Well, why this has happened in Minneapolis is because you have a mayor, you have a governor who has declared Minneapolis a sanctuary city, saying, bring your worst of the worst to Minneapolis. You're invited here. We will
We're not talking about that, Pam. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what just happened.
protect you. Aisha, these are the arrests. These are just...
We're not talking about illegal immigrants right now. We're talking about the shooting. Don't deflect.
the arrest that ICE has been making. And that's why Donald Trump has ICE in Minneapolis to protect the citizens. Sodomy of a boy, strong arm robbery,
We're not talking about that, Pam. We're talking about why did you shoot the guy?
sexual assault, sodomy of a girl under the age of 16, rape, 12-year-old girl, strong arm.
An immigrant didn't do the shooting. An immigrant wasn't carrying a firearm. It was a legal gun owner who was via recording. Right? I hate when the government does this. We're talking about A, not B. B is unrelated to this. This guy was via recording.
Rape, ag assault, convicted rape.
That's cool. You caught those guys. All right. If they're felons, go get them. I think everybody agrees. If they're violent people who have SA crimes and all that, go get them. But we're talking about the shooting. We're not talking about that, Pammy.
These are all the illegals that Joe Biden was letting into.
Okay,
our
we're not talking
country.
about that. Go on.
And they were all going to Minneapolis because the mayor, the governor, the AG, they were protecting them. And Donald Trump is going to protect.
We're not talking about
the
that. Move on.
citizens of our country. I was there all week, as you saw. I was in Minneapolis, and we are going to protect our churches. We are going to protect our great men and women in law enforcement.
Law enforcement was not in danger. He was not fighting back. We're talking about the video. We're talking about A, not B or C or D or E or F or whatever other cases. We're talking about this case where the guy was very recording. He got shoved because he helped the lady get that was shoved. He got pepper sprayed. He got taken down. His hands were in the floor. We all saw the video. He got unarmed. Yeah, he was carrying an illegal firearm. He never brandished it. He was not. He never swung it. Not one officer guy swung that. Maybe I could see it if he, like what Greg said. Oh, he violently fought back. He never fought back. You guys hit him a couple times in the face. He put his hands in his face like this. An ICE officer clearly saw he had a weapon in his back. He unarmed him, threw the clip in the floor. Another one killed him. That's what happened.
Who were out there doing their jobs today. They were out there arresting a
We're not talking about that, Pammy. I'm gonna call you Pammy.
offender, and then this guy comes up. I can't talk about more of the details. Chief Bovino talked about that.
I can't tell. Okay, we're here for the details, lady. Oh my gosh. You talk all this smack about when the church thing happened. Oh, these guys are terrorists, right? Domestic terrorists. The investigation wasn't even done yet. You classify them as terrorists. Now you can't talk about this? What? What? When the church thing happened, like when they did the press conference, like an hour later, whatever it was, they said these are domestic terrorists. You didn't have trouble talking about the investigation there, not there. You labeled them before the investigation was even done, and they're barely getting arrested, right? The investigation's not even done yet. But now you say you can't talk about it. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Am I the only one thinking like this?
It's now all pending, but we will support the men and women in law enforcement.
Wow, man. I don't like this lady. And now you can't talk about it. Oh, I can't talk about it no more because it's still an investigation.
Federal authorities say the man who was shot was armed. Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino did not state if the man pulled a gun or where the gun was when he was shot. The man had a legal permit to carry, is a U.S. citizen, and lives in Minneapolis. And that's according to a press conference we got a bit earlier today from Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara. Now, the shooting comes the day after thousands of Minnesotans took to the streets in these freezing.
Okay, let's see what mine is. We were looking at another video. I can't even look at this lady, yo. Like, that's so blatantly a lie. Like,
place when he was killed in cold blood by Donald Trump's ICE Gestapo. He was not brandishing a weapon. He had a cell phone and he was videotaping ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo terrorizing the communities in Minneapolis and St. Paul. When he was approached by the Border Patrol, beat by the Border Patrol, bludgeoned and pistol whipped by the Border Patrol.
I saw that too.
While he was on the ground, he appeared to be pepper sprayed. He was repeatedly pummeled before he was shot over and over again.
Like sometimes, like, and sometimes I feel like Diomedes. Sometimes he like gasses things up. I'm not all left, I'm not all right. I'm in the middle, right? But man, nobody can deny this was messed up. Nobody can deny that.
Gestapo, you heard about 10 to 11 shots that were fired. Utterly, utterly horrific. Say his name, Alex J. Preddy. Say her name, Renee Nicole Good. This Trump Gestapo is out of control. They are on a rampage, terrorizing communities, killing people in cold blood. Now, Dmitry Jakonja, a doctor who is a colleague of Alex.
We're waiting
Preddy,
for Christian
posted the
to
following.
talk at 4 p.m.
Preddy was a colleague of ours at the VA. We hired him to recruit for our trial. He became an ICU nurse. I loved working with him. He was a good and kind person who lived to help, and these effers executed him. Alex, from our time working together while he was in nursing school. Later, he moved to ICU, working as a nurse to support critically ill veterans. He had such a great attitude.
What did Trump say though? This is why we came to this video. Trump said something.
Trying to get in a mountain bike ride.
That's what we're looking.
together.
That's what we're waiting for, guys.
We will never now, because of Trump's evil and despicable Gestapo. Speaking of evil and despicable terrorists, Stephen Miller posted the following. This is what he said about Alex J. Preddy.
The domestic terrorists tried to assassinate federal law enforcement, and this is your response? F. Stephen Miller. He's such a douche, yo. Like, how's he tried to assassinate what? What are you talking about, brother? That guy's such a douche, man. Look. He tried to assassinate law enforcement. What are you talking about? Look, he has phone. He has the phone, Steven. Steven, the message tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. What? When? When did he try to do that? When did he try to do that? Now, look, his hands are on the floor. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
He said a domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. And this is your response? You and the state's entire Democrat leadership team have been flaming the flames of insurrection for the singular purpose of stopping the deportation of illegals who invaded the country. One day, Stephen Miller needs to be tried in The Hague for crimes against humanity.
I feel like that guy's a racist.
What a despicable piece of shit Stephen Miller is, and excuse my language.
Wow, wow, he went mad. He went crazy on him.
Trash that terrorist scumbag is, and how dare he post this. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, filming federal agents is only domestic terrorism to fascists. Now, what another vile piece of trash posted today. Here's what Donald Trump posted moments ago as the cover-up from this despicable
can't cover up no matter what they do.
authoritarian regime continues. Donald Trump posted the following. Among other things, this is a cover-up for the billions of dollars that
how's that cover up when your agents did the shooting
that have been stolen from the once great state, but soon
with this, those midterms are done. With this, Democrats are in power because so many Republicans are gonna see Republicans are about the Second Amendment. You know, the right to bear arms. These guys will exercise the Second Amendment. He never brandished a weapon. He was never violent. He never even swung at one officer. From what I've seen, my perspective, I saw 3 videos. 3 videos. We all saw it together. 3 videos. He never swung at a law enforcement, not even once. I saw him he had a phone on his thing. Look, grabs him by the shoulder, pepper sprays him. He has the phone on his chest.
billions of dollars that posts is only.
A domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement, and this is your response. Stephen Miller. Does that look like a terrorist to you guys? Does that look like somebody's trying to assassinate somebody? Law enforcement? For me, it looks like somebody filming the police, which is the Supreme Court said that was totally legal. I didn't see him swung at an officer, not even once. Even when he's getting pushed around pepper spray, he never swung at them. Look, he puts his phone in his pocket. Not even once. None of those ICE officers even got hit. None of their lives were ever in danger. Look, his hands are on the floor. His hands are on the floor. A domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. You guys have your own opinion. You guys are intelligent people. This has cost the Republicans the midterms. So many gun right owners, right? Especially from the South. They're about Second Amendment rights. Thanks for the follow, Foster. Appreciate you. The Republicans were all about Second Amendment rights. This guy was exercising his Second Amendment right. He was just video recording. He never brandished a weapon. He never threatened ICE officers. What I saw was a person exercising some. He has the right to record police in a public setting. I saw him getting pepper spray for recording. Even when he's getting pepper spray, he's like this. He's not trying to brandish his weapon. Look, he's like this. Domestic terrorists tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. Stephen Miller. Greg Bovino said he came brandishing a 9mm handgun, semi-automatic handgun. We debunked everything so far. If you're just getting in here, look at the beginning of the stream. We debunked everything frame by frame, 3 videos, 3 perspectives. We didn't even see one punch get thrown at an ICE officer. Look, he gets pepper sprayed. Thrown on the floor. Look, they tackle him to the floor. Right? He's not hitting nobody. Look, his hands are in the floor. His hands are in the floor, brother. Like, his hands are in the floor. He gets hit by the mace thing. The ICE officer hits him with the ice thing in the face. His hands are in the floor. He's not violently fighting back. He's not swinging. And you've seen those videos. If this was the case, I would clearly tell you guys, hey, you know, this guy messed up. Maybe he deserved why he did it. But he didn't. He's not violently fighting back. He's not, what's the Miller said? A domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. Does that look like a terrorist to you trying to assassinate the federal law? No, bro. He's not even reaching for his weapon. His weapon is in his back. This one unarms him. Look, he reaches for his gun in the back of his. Look, his hands are still in the front. You see, his hands are right here. Look, his hands are right here. His weapon's in the back. His weapon's in the back. His hands are in the front. Look, right here, bro. He's not violently fighting back. What are you guys talking about, yo? What are you guys talking about, my guy? Is that terrorism to you guys? I don't think so. His hands are right here. This guy unarms him. He runs away with the weapon. He runs away with the weapon. Look, his hands are still right here. Look. His hands are still right there. Look. See, his hands are right there. That's when they shoot him first. Then his life.
Domestic
Bro,
terrorism to.
This has cost the Republicans the midterm and the next election, probably. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm right in the middle. I'm just. That's what I am. I'm just. I call BS on the left. I call BS on the right. And this one was BS on the government's fault. and then trying to cover up.
Fascists. Now, would another vile
When
piece of trash post?
When the church thing last Sunday, right? They came out and said those people were terrorists. Okay, what is this? Oh, well, what did she say? Oh, I can't talk about that. It's an ongoing investigation. What?
Today, here's what Donald Trump posted moments ago as the cover-up from this despicable,
crazy,
authoritarian
yo. Crazy.
regime continues.
And I want everybody watching, don't believe me. Look at my page, GNB Pod on Instagram and Facebook. I got the videos. You guys make your own point. From my perspective, unjustified. And this caused them and they're trying to cover it so bad, but it's impossible. Everybody saw that. And this is going to cost them because Republicans are going to switch Democrats because they're going against the Second Amendment right. Republicans are about the Second Amendment right. He was exercising it. And people say, oh, why was he there carrying a gun? Bro, you guys go protest. The Proud Boys, when they go protest, they have the guns with them. What you talking about?
Donald Trump posted the following. Among other things, this is a cover-up for the billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state, but soon to be great again, Minnesota, President Donald J. Trump. Then Donald Trump posts a photo of a gun and
this is the gun. The government's gun loaded with 2 additional full ready to go. What is it all about? Where are local police? Why aren't they allowed to protect us? Mayor and the call them off. That many places were not allowed to do their job. The ICE had to protect themselves. Protect against what? Yo, not an easy thing to do. Okay, was it deflect with? Yeah, no, bro. Oh my god. You know what's crazy? The U.S. government has the most powerful, investigation force. Bro, if I see this, they saw this. How can you justify this? Easy.
Following. This is Donald Trump's view, and this is how they're trying to spin things now. And you all know that Alex Pretty was a legal gun owner. He had a legal permit to conceal carry. There's something called the Second Amendment. I guess for the MAGA Republicans, what the Second Amendment means is that it enables school shootings with semi-automatic weapons, and they're okay with that. But when the Second Amendment is actually being used for its lawful purpose with legal holders of firearms, then I guess the Trump regime says those are domestic terrorists.
I agree with that. When there's a school shooting, it's not the gun's fault. It's a person that went in there and massacre whatever. This guy was responsibly holding his gun in a secure place. He never reached for it. He has a phone. He has a phone on his chest. He's being a responsible gun owner, right? He's been a responsible gun owner. He never brandished a weapon, ever.
And by you owning a gun lawfully, you get shot in the face if you're an ICU nurse helping our veterans. How shameful is this regime? Here's what Donald Trump posted moments ago. This is the gunman's gun, loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready.
You can't cover this up, man.
What is that all about? Where are the local police?
Like, I agree. If the ICE have it, if this was like whatever the government's saying, this was it, I would call on it. You know what? This is justifiable. Not. He never fought back. He never swung at the cops. He never ICE. He never swung. Never once. I saw him get hit in the head. I saw him get pepper sprayed. He never swung at them. He never reached for his weapon.
Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and the governor called them off. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. Why does Elon
10 more minutes for
have
Christie
$34
to
million
talk.
in her account? And where are the tens of billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state of Minnesota? We are there because of massive monetary fraud with billions of dollars missing and illegal criminals that were allowed to infiltrate the state through the Democrats' open border policy. We want the money back, and we want it back now. Those fraudsters who stole the money are going to jail where they belong. This is no different than a really big bank robbery. Much of what you're witnessing is a cover-up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the governor are inciting insurrection with their pompous, dangerous, and arrogant rhetoric. Instead, These sanctimonious political fools should be looking for the billions of dollars that has been stolen from the people of Minnesota and the United States of America. Let our ICE patriots do their job. 12,000 illegal alien criminals, many of them violent, have been arrested.
Man, it's crazy how bad they're deflecting. Bro, we just saw you. You say he's a domestic terrorist. He's holding the gun. Greg Bovino, I just played the video in the beginning for everybody new. He said that he approached him with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. That's a freaking phone, yo. That's a freaking phone. He never swung at an ICE agent. He said he was fighting violently. Is this a violent person? Is this a violent person? Look, I see them tackling him down. His hands are like, you know, I'm replaying this video so much because you can see his hands are clearly in the floor. Look, hands are right here. He's getting hit by the pepper spray in the face. Look, they smacked him a couple times. Look, his hands are in the floor. He never violently fought back. He never, what Stephen Miller just said, he tried to assassinate ICE agents. What? He never did that, yo. Look, the clip's right here. His hands are still in there. That they threw the clip in the floor. His hands are visible. No, there's no danger. No danger whatsoever. He runs. Look, look. He's running away with the weapon, and this guy. Look, see that right here. He after this guy got the weapon, he fires at him. Look, right here. And look how responsible the shooting is. That could have ricocheted off the truck, whatever, and hit one of these guys. Crazy, yo.
Arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see something far worse than what you're witnessing today.
That's crazy, man.
To peaceful communities in Minneapolis and St. Paul and surrounding cities and towns and terrorize and torture the communities, gassing them with carcinogenic green gas, pepper spraying, flash bangs, and shooting people in their face and shooting people repeatedly, ripping away 5-year-olds, kidnapping from their families, wearing blue bunny caps, kidnapping 2-year-olds from their families. This is a terrorist regime. And you see Donald Trump's statement saying, oh, they're inspiring insurrections right now. No, Donald, you are the criminal. You are the felon. You are the sexual abuser. You are the predator.
There's no justifying the shooting, no matter how they want to present it. None. Oh, whatsoever. There's no. Did they call him a terrorist? I thought there was investigations still going on. Pam Bondi, I just watched the video. We just watched it together. When they asked her, I can't talk about this because it's a pending investigation. If it's a pending investigation, how are you labeling him a terrorist? Make it make sense.
And America despises your fascist regime. California Governor Gavin Newsom just posted the following. You're seeing what's happening on American streets. This is a police state. Speak up, show up, use your rights peacefully. Now, Greg Bovino, who heads the Border Patrol, held a press conference, and he, again, smeared and defamed Alex Pretty. And he said, oh, what Pretty was trying to do was he wanted to massacre law enforcement. This looks like a situation where the individual wanted maximum damage, and we stopped a massacre. No, you didn't. He was videotaping what was taking place. And
everybody saw that. We went through that too. He was videotaping. Inflict maximum damage? What? I'm throwing my head on the floor. Oh my gosh, yo. This is nuts. This is nuts. Like I said, I'm seeing my window right now. It's clearly cloudy. It's like Brave Vino saying, nope, sir. It's sunny outside, 7 degrees. Not negative 20. What's I'm talking about? Sunny outside. Yeah, I'm clearly seeing it's cloudy.
And again, what a Putin-esque dystopian authoritarian regime this is, this police state, and we need to speak up right now. Here, play this clip.
The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Governor Walz held a press conference moments ago where he talked about the individual who was
Maximum
murdered.
damage. That's
Say
crazy.
his name, Alex Pretty, murdered
Rest
by
in
the
peace,
Trump
Alex.
Gestapo.
Rest
And
in
Governor
peace.
Walz says this was someone who had a lawful firearm, a concealed permit carry, someone who with no criminal record, who was shot in cold blood and murdered by the Trump regime. Play this clip.
This is critically important. All of us understand what happened this morning and the tragedy of it, and my deepest sympathies to the family of a 37-year-old Minnesota resident, a lawful firearm concealed permit carrier, something that I've been lectured to by Republicans for decades. It is not only right, it's your duty.
Whoa, is that the National Guard right there?
We know that the potential to further
Where's the National Guard there? Is he on deployment?
And to Minnesotans, there's a difference. We want calm and peace and normalcy back to our lives. They want chaos. We cannot and we will not give them what they want by meeting violence with violence.
Governor Walz goes on to talk about how Minnesotans are keeping notice of what's taking place and building a log of who to prosecute in the Trump regime after this. Play this clip.
Stay that way, Minnesota. Minnesotans are witnessing, and we're creating a log of evidence for the future prosecution of ICE agents and officials responsible for this.
And Governor Walz says enough is enough. Play this clip.
They've written the narrative already, and the audacity to critique the police chief of Minneapolis after what work that those heroic officers are trying to do, and to be critiqued by this guy. I mean, I don't know, I've said it a lot, but America, as you're listening, enough is enough. Enough is enough of this. End this. End this. And we see them moving to Maine. If you're in Boston, you're in Chicago, you're in Philly, you're in Miami, it doesn't matter. We can't live like this. Our children are in trauma. A 5-year-old, you saw the picture, the bunny hat and the Spider-Man. These are not like some narrative to throw around, to parade around in some coat you had made and act like you're a tough guy or whatever. These are people's lives. And we have rule of law.
We're still waiting.
Let the investigation play itself
We're still
out.
waiting
We'll
for
do
the
our best
Christy
to
Nome.
find
I
out
still have it
better.
on the other screen.
I don't know. You kill a man and then you just leave your law enforcement. You just leave it. Is there a single case in American history where you just like walk away? And
I want to see what Christy Nome says, because that's gonna whatever she says. It's been a couple hours since their incident. She's supposed to talk like in a minute. I have it on the screen. As soon as it pops out, we're gonna watch it live. But this is crazy, yo.
say, I guess that just happened, and we're not going to clean up our mess. I'm proud of Minnesotans. I'm proud of law enforcement here and our partners, and we'll get to the bottom of it. I think we have time for another one. So yes, ma'am.
But at the same time, state regime media, which calls itself Fox, was in full gear with its propaganda, and they kept on repeating over and over again, this is what we voted for. Play this clip.
Minnesota's part of America. The country voted for this.
Yeah.
These laws are on the books, and I don't see any level of cooperation despite what they say.
Well, it's clear.
Well, I had our team here at the Midas Touch Network pull Christy Nome's prior speech at the NRA. Remember what she said in 2023 and what all these Trump regime propaganda said about the Second Amendment? I guess for them, the Second Amendment is a license to go to deal with school shootings, and they don't care about that. But when it comes to actually how the Second Amendment is supposed to be utilized, now they're calling Alex Pretty a domestic terrorist. Watch what Christy Nome said back in 2023. Play this clip.
And a White House that is so hell-bent on grabbing power and control of your life, they will do anything and not stop at absolutely nothing to take it away. They will even take away your last tool of defense. The Second Amendment is about deterrence. It's about ensuring the government respects the rights and the liberty of citizens. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of a people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
And here's what Governor Walz
Sorry,
said.
guys, I'm
in
looking
his
at
own
different stuff
response
right
to
now.
a question. They killed a man and they created chaos. Here, play this clip.
Saw this. They killed a man, created chaos, pushed down protesters, threw gas indiscriminately, and then left the scene, and then we're left to clean up. I understand the anger. I understand trying to parse who were the law enforcement on the scene when you got there after a man was killed is difficult for folks who are out there. But I can't stress enough, our goal, and I'll have General Minky talk
Oh,
about
thank you for the follow, Mary. Appreciate you. We're waiting for Christy Nome to talk. She's supposed to start at 4 p.m., but
Sheriff's Office,
oh,
from
thank you,
mutual aid
Amy.
across, and of
Appreciate
course the
you.
State Patrol, of trying to get to the point where what we're saying is we can handle this, and Minnesotans can express their First Amendment rights and have our folks on the streets and get these people out of here. And so, Sean, if you want to talk a little bit, but the answer is yes, there's activated. He can talk to you about numbers.
Now, we're also seeing statements that were issued from ICE and Border Patrol, all lies, the same type of propaganda spewing from Donald Trump. Border Patrol wrote, Border Patrol agents are trained extremely well to protect themselves, their fellow agents, and innocent third parties. When a supposed peaceful protester brings a weapon, such as a loaded handgun, and brandishes it, there are going to be severe consequences and repercussions. So what they're saying is that if you have a legal permit, if you have concealed carry in a state that allows that,
He never but he never brandished a weapon. What are you talking about?
Border Patrol will.
He never brandished a weapon. The bit is right here. He never brandished a weapon. That's his phone. What are you talking about? Border Patrol. Border Patrol agents are trained Border Patrol agents are trained extremely well to protect themselves, their fellow agents, and innocent third parties. When a supposed peaceful protester brings a gun, such as a loaded handgun, and brandishes it, there are going to be severe consequences and repercussions. Is that a firearm? No, it's not. The phone.
Concealed carry
They
in a
can't.
state that allows that ICE and Border Patrol will kill you. They will shoot you in the face in this police state that is the Trump regime. Homeland Security also posted a completely fabricated message. They go at 9:05 a.m. Central Time as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien wanted for violent assault. An individual approached the U.S. Border Patrol officers with a
That's crazy that they're saying this, and we clearly see the truth.
The officers.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun sitting here. Here? Is that where I'm seeing it at? That's his phone. What are you talking about? Is that a 9mm handgun or is that a phone, guys? What are you talking about? Stop lying.
Attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. We all know that is 100% a lie. The same way they lied about Renee Nicole Good, the same way they defamed the parents of the little children, the little boys and girls, Chloe and Liam, who they kidnapped. This is what this authoritarian fascist regime does every single damn day. And we, the people, need to be fed up about this crap. We, the people, need to stand up to this crap because this should never happen in this United States of America. Stop normalizing that piece of trash in the Oval Office. Stop normalizing that piece of trash who's out there killing our people and covering up child sex trafficking rings. We owe it not just to ourselves, our families, our communities.
Christy Nome is still not here. I got the second screen. Everybody telling me she started. No, it hasn't started yet.
Be very clear about that and do not betray our nation, our country, our future generations, and our world. Thank you for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a...
Let's see what. I'm still waiting for Christy Nome. 7 minutes ago.
I was taken when Bavino says that Alex, we know the victim's name now is Alex Preddy.
No,
He's in ICU.
again, he hasn't started yet. We're waiting for guys for Christy Nome to start talking about this. Oh, this is live?
These people talking, there is a other discussion, might be the nicest.
Does anybody have a live feed for what's happening in Minneapolis? I got this one on the other screen. Wait, this is I heard a noise. This is you know, I understand that there's a lot of Border Patrol agents like they have to like. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them that don't agree with what just happened. I mean, the facts are here, bro. Like, they said that he was a terrorist. He brandished his weapon. This one clearly sees that he wasn't. Look, and when they say, well, why do you bring a gun to a protest? The Proud Boys do that all the time. The Proud Boys do that all the time. Where are they at? Where are they at? This one that came over. Live?
We're gonna take care of him. Can I get you inside? What's your husband's name?
What is this live? This is live, but
Write that down. Matthew James. We're not gonna let him get lost. It's gonna be fine. Matthew James Obadiah Allen. Matthew James.
we're waiting for Kristi Noem to talk. It's been a couple hours. They should have all the facts by now. I'm assuming. Okay, this is live. I mean, I think the incident happened at 9, so it's been like what, 9 hours? It's crazy because it's like -40 over there, isn't it? It's crazy. No, it hasn't started yet. No, we're waiting. Kristi Noem, it's supposed to start at 4, but not there yet. Why? Also, guys, you know why I took away the video counter? Not the video counter. The comments on the thing, because I got spammed the other day by bots, and then they cut my stream up, my stream off because they were saying some crazy stuff. So that's why I don't have comments, showing up on the thing. But yeah, express Second Amendment. Yeah, he was expressing a Second Amendment. He never brandished a weapon. He was doing it peacefully. From what I could tell, he was doing it peacefully. Look, right here. All he had was a phone. Look, phone. They say he was a domestic terrorist. He came here to inflict maximum damage. Massacre and inflict maximum damage. This is what Greg Bovino said. We all saw the video earlier. He was handling his phone. He said he was violently fighting back. He never even swung at a nice officer. Look, he was helping the lady out. Look, they tackle him to the floor. This guy hits him with the canister thing in the face, so he goes like this. This guy's holding him back, like through the waist. He's grabbing him through the waist. This is the guy that does the shooting first. Over here, they throw the clip in the floor. This guy finds the clip and throw it in the floor. See, right here. Right? His hands are in front of him. His hands are right here. That's where his hands are at. He was never violently fighting back, that they were saying. His own agents laughed at him. Yeah. He never brandished a gun. He never reached for his gun, which was in his back. He clearly has both hands on the floor in front of him. This guy's reaching for that guy's gun in the back. His hands are still in the front. His hands are still in the front. You know what this says, Stephen Miller? He's the domestic terrorist that tried to massacre ICE agents. When? When? What are you talking about, yo? Look, his hands are still here. This guy, look, his hands. Look, see, his hands are still here. This guy takes the gun away. See, the gun is right here. This guy shoots him. Nobody's blind. I saw it. I just went frame by frame. I just went frame by frame. There's no, well, that's your opinion. You, me, and all these people in the video right now are seeing what's happening. He never fought back. He never approached ICE agents. Where's the video at? Move up to my history. Look, we're gonna go back to what Stephen Miller said. This is the Midas video. Where is it? We're not gonna look at what Midas says. We're gonna do this through our own eyes, right? You have eyes, I have eyes. Don't take my word for it. We're gonna go frame by frame. Stephen Miller said a domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. This domestic terrorist with a phone? This domestic terrorist with a phone tried to assassinate ICE agents? For getting pepper sprayed? Even when he's getting pepper, you know how when people pepper spray, they fight back like this? He turned around. He was fighting back. His hands were always like on his chest or on his face. Right here is his hands. But he's getting whooped by the canister. You see that? Look, he swings it up and boom, hits him in the face. His hands are still here. His hands are still here. He like crawls like this. That's his head. He never reached for his weapon. He never fought back violently. Everybody says he fought back violently. No, he didn't. He never swung at anybody, yo. This ICE officer right here, he gets a weapon from his back. He sees it probably because his shirt went up. He throws the clip. You see the clip right here? His hands are still here. He's not fighting back violently. He got pepper sprayed. He got smacked in the face with a canister. His hands are always visible. Like, oh, thanks, Jose Morales. Appreciate you. The domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. What? Do you guys see him trying to assassinate anybody? Be a critical thinker. Don't take my word for it. You're watching it live. Proof. A domestic terrorist tried to assassinate federal law enforcement. Stephen Miller. I think this guy's a racist. He's always talking smack. His hands are right here. He never brandished a weapon. Greg Bovino said he approached him with a 9mm handgun. No gosh. Man, I'm gonna put everything back to back, yo. Like all these lies, man. Like all these lies is crazy. Look, Greg Bovino. Like don't take my word for it. It's at the minute mark. Modern day Gestapo. Yep. The modern day. You know why it's a modern day? It's a modern day where the government can lie to you. And it's like Greg Bovino telling me, no, sir. It's sunny, 70 degrees. It's not negative 20.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
You heard it. I'm not making this up. Individual approached ICE agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. What does that look like to you? Don't take my word for it.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Okay, correct. What's another line?
Agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
They attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently. What does that like? What does that look like to you guys? Don't take my word for it, bro. You call me out if I'm lying. What does this? What does 6ix9ine say? So if I'm lying, I'm flying. That's what he says. He violently fought back. His hands are in the floor. Look, you see, he went like this and smacked him right in the face. His hands. He never even hit a nice agent. Maybe if he was swinging, I could get it right. His hands are always there. Look, look. His hands are right here. He's crawling down. He's crawling like this. Look, this guy's grabbing from the back. Look, you can see his hands right here, yo. You see his hands right here. His hands never touch a nice agent. He never violently fought back. If I'm lying, call me out. If I'm seeing something different than you guys, call me out. Nobody's called me out yet because we're watching it live. Christian, has it started? No, it hasn't started. Yeah, I have it on another screen. Christian no hasn't started talking. So we'll start at 4. It's 4:18. I guess they're late. It's been like 9 hours. Come out with the truth, Christy. Don't disappoint. Come out with the truth. Where am I? What? Associated Press. I got the Associated Press YouTube here. Let me refresh this. Maybe. No, it hasn't come out yet. No, it hasn't come out yet. Sorry. Well, once it starts, we'll watch it live. We'll watch it live. Look, his hands are still here. You see that? Look, his hands are here. He never reached for a weapon. He's not violently fighting back, Greg. Come on, Greg. Stop lying, Greg.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
Right, Greg. Stop lying, Greg. Everybody, if you guys could please put a like and sub, I would appreciate you. I would appreciate every one of you.
A Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Maximum damage?
Then,
he's an individual that wanted to create maximum damage. Hey, Mr. Greg, let's see the video once more. Because replaying it's for free. Replaying it is free. If you guys want the video, GMV Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Twitch too. And we're also streaming on Kick. But don't take my word for it. He says that he approached ICE agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. I saw a phone. He was violently resisting. He never hit an ICE agent. His hands were always in the floor. Hands always in the floor. Look at that. They throw the clip here. This guy's unarming him. His hands are still here. He's never reaching for another agent's or another police officer's handgun or anything like that. His hands are clearly in the floor. This one day I'm alive him. This is from Thank you for the sub, Minette. Okay. This one's from the lady in pink, the one that's in the front. No, he still hasn't started. Yeah, she's late. Yeah, Christy Nome is late.
More information is.
Yeah, Christy Nome is late. Christy Nome is late. No, it's still not there. Nope. I just refreshed it. We're waiting for Christy Nome to talk. Look.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Discretion advice. I repeat. He falls down. Dude, that's him. His hands are like this. Well, he's like kneeling. He was not violently resisting. I don't know what they're talking about you. No. Another perspective.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Look. Right now, the video we just saw was from this perspective, from this pink lady. Look. See, they hit him in the face. Look, he's unholstering his weapon already. There's the ICE agent is taking his weapon from the back. He gets the weapon and runs away. Is that goes? Look, see, this guy goes and shoots him in the floor. He's like this, facing that way, away from the agents. He's laying down.
What the fuck?
And they overkill. Rest in peace.
About 200 rioters arrived at the scene.
All lies. It's crazy how they lie.
To disarm this individual.
Oh, it started already.
The armed suspect reacted violently. We've been working together here at the FEMA headquarters and have opened our National Response Coordination Center and are working with local and state authorities to make sure that we're getting individuals and communities pre-deployed resources that they may need and also preparing them for the upcoming days, which will significantly impact them and their citizens. The Trump administration and FEMA are working closely with them to get.
Oh, she's talking about the snowstorm.
To get them resources and to help them be prepared and well equipped for the road ahead as we go through this next week. But before I take any questions and give more details on the storm and its impact, I do want to address the tragic situation that we saw in Minneapolis today that unfolded on the streets. It occurred with DHS law enforcement as they carried out their lawful duties to keep Americans safe in the threat of illegal aliens in this country. At 9:05 a.m. Central Time, the Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officials and officers were conducting targeted operations in Minneapolis against an illegal alien whose criminal history included domestic assault with intentionally inflicting bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officer.
Oh my gosh, she's lying. They're doubling down. They're doubling down, guys. What? Yes. Okay. He just said he approached him with a 9mm handgun. They're doubling down, yo, on the lie. They're doubling down on the lie. Look. He approached him with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. That's a phone, Christy.
U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
No, he didn't.
For his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver
Wow.
medical aid to the
Yep.
subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
No, he didn't.
About
What?
hundreds of protesters then showed up at the scene. They began to obstruct.
What? They're doubling down. He came here to inflict maximum damage and a massacre? What? He has his phone. He approached ICE agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun? That's a phone. How are they doubling down on it? It's been 9. That happened at 9 a.m. It's 4 p.m. where I'm at. What? She said it. She just said it.
Around him, an agent fired defensive millimeter license. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
I cannot believe the government doesn't have this footage. An individual approached ICE agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. ICE agents tried to apprehend him, but he fought violently.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
I don't have no words. Is that somebody who's reacting violently? The ICE agents didn't even know he had a gun at this point. Because he has a phone out. I have no words, guys. They're doubling down on this. And the proof's there. Everybody's watching me. I'm lost for words. I am. Because if they lie about this, when we have clear pictures, videos, documented it, he did it. He approached him with a phone. These ICE agents didn't know he had a gun at this point. He put the phone in his pocket. The gun was in his way, like in the back. They hit him with a canister. His hands are always on the floor. He fought violently back. Isn't that what she said?
Individual 9mm semi-automatic driving without a valid bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
An individual approached ICE agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
Crazy.
Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately. And
That's what
attempted
Greg
to
just
deliver
said,
medical
word by
aid to the
word.
subject, but he was pronounced dead at the
Word
scene.
for word, that's what Greg
The
said.
suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. About hundreds of protesters then showed up at the scene. They began to obstruct and to assault law enforcement officers. We saw objects being thrown at them, including ice and other objects, and a rampant assault began, and even an HSI officer agent's finger was bitten off. Crowd control
Whoa.
measures were deployed to bring safety to the
See, now I can't really believe that no more. If somebody's finger got bitten off.
public and to law enforcement at the scene. And once again, I want to remind everybody that this situation and this tragedy did not have to happen. Our law enforcement are doing everything that they can to protect the public. We're praying for this deceased loved one's family.
I hope they
and
take
friends,
questions.
But we also recognize that the Minnesota governor and the Minneapolis mayor need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. They need to evaluate their rhetoric, their conversations, and their encouragement of such violence against our citizens and our law enforcement officers. I'll remind you that Governor Walz today in his press conference said that our officers were not even law enforcement, which is a lie. He's called them the Gestapo. He's encouraged residents and citizens and violent rioters to resist. He's doxed their identities, putting themselves and their families' lives in jeopardy. He's refused to turn over murderers to federal law enforcement officers. He's protected illegal criminals and protected them from being brought to justice, and even overseen a historic, unprecedented
That's crazy.
theft of American taxpayer
So many
dollars.
lies.
Tens of billions of dollars were stolen under his watch, and he allowed it to happen, and in some instances may have even facilitated it. In other cities and states across the country, we don't see this happen. Local, state, and officials work with us to make sure that we're making their streets safer. I'll point to the city of Memphis, which is where there is a Democrat mayor in place. He worked with us and our federal law enforcement officers, and we saw murder rates drop by 50% because of that partnership. We've seen historic lows in the criminal acts that have happened in that city. We've had the same amount of law enforcement officers there, but a very different result because of the leadership in place. Last week, ICE did over
Thank you,
2,000 different
Slav.
operations, and we saw people be brought
I'm
to
looking at the
justice and
comments over
American
here.
people made
Sorry,
safer
guys.
because of that work. We don't have this problem in Texas or in Florida because those individuals in those states work with us, and they make sure that they keep peace and calm while they bring criminals to justice. In Minneapolis, Governor Walz and Mayor Fry, they instead choose violence. They instead choose to
Oh my
encourage
gosh.
the
This
destruction of
administration is
their
so
city
annoying, yo.
and the crime against their people. It appears that they want this lawlessness to continue. It appears that they want chaos to distract from the theft and the fraud and the corruption.
Wow,
of
look
our
at
city.
the
I'll remind you that this city has been corrupt for years with what we've seen with people that have been stealing taxpayer money, all under the leadership of Governor Walz and Mayor Fry. I'm asking for all the authorities in Minneapolis and the leaders to work with us. And there are two things that we have repeatedly asked the governor and the mayor
That's
to do.
crazy. They're
Number
doubling
one,
down
all
on
we
the
want them
lies.
to do is that when they are going to release a dangerous criminal from their jails, turn them over to us so we can get them out of this country as soon as
Can't believe
possible.
doubling down.
Since we have been back in the White
You
House
can't.
with President
You're
Trump's
now right now.
leadership, they
You're
have
just
released
insulting
over
people's intelligence.
490 criminals onto
He came. He was brandishing 9mm semi-automatic gun. Where? He was violently attacking ICP. Where? Thank you, Luis. Guys, the government is lying and they're doubling down. Look, his hands are on the floor. They threw a clip here. Wait a minute. Did he shoot the gun on accident? Oh, he shot the gun on accident, bro. The ICE agent shot the gun on accident. Look, right here. Right. Oh, wow. He shot the gun on accident. He shot the gun on accident. Right there. You see? It recoiled. Did you guys see that? Right there. You see that? Like right here, you see the flash right here. You guys see this, right? The flash is right here. Man, I wish I could zoom in this. Did you guys see that? Am I watching? You see that right here? You see that? He shot the gun on accident. Did you guys see that? Look, I'll repeat it. Right here's the flash. He shot the gun on accident, yo. You see right there, it's just right here. He shot the gun on accident. Bro, somebody clip this. Somebody clip this. This ICE agent, when he ran away with the gun, he shot it on accident. Look. Right there. Oh my gosh, I keep missing the thing. More? He's like, you see, am I watching? Right there, did you see that? The gun fired. He fired the gun. He fired the gun. This ICE agent ran away, fired the gun. And then the rest of them started shooting him. Is anybody? Oh, I'll clip right here. Where he runs away. Right there. He shoots the gun. You see that? You see that little flash? He shot the gun where he was running away. Right there. Did you guys see that? My gosh. Right there. You see that? He shot the gun first. That's not training. He shot the gun. Look. He runs away. Right there. You see the flash? Bro. Yeah, you all see that, right? Wow. The government's not gonna say this. If I found it, they found it. Look. Right there. You see the little flash right here? Look, it's by his pants. You see that? The little flash? Right here by the pants. Right by his knee. You see that? Look, look, look. Oh my, you see? It's like a second. Look, right here's the flash. You see the flash? Did you guys see the flash? Look, right here's the flash. Y'all saw that, right? So you see the flash is right here. Like right here's the little flash. Y'all see that, right? You see that? That's the flash of the handgun. Him running away created the whole scenario. Is that ICE agent gonna get charged? That's crazy, yo. Look, right here is the flash. Look right there. You see? Look right here. You see the flash and then it goes away? Flash is right there. Look, I got so good at it. I repeated. Look, you see the flash right here. See if I can see it from this point of view. There's one in the front.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing.
He runs away. Oh, I hear the shooting. You hear one shot and everybody moves away. He shot. This guy shot first. He shot on the floor. This ICE agent shot on the floor. Look, I'll show you guys. He shot on the floor. He discharged a weapon on accident. Look. Right there. You see the flash? You guys see that? He shot it first. He shot it first. You guys see? Look. Look right there. See the flash? And then everybody starts shooting. That's crazy. Of course, nobody's gonna talk about that, huh?
To their streets, rather than allow us to get them out of the country to keep families safe. The second thing that we have asked the governor and the mayor to do is to help us keep people safe. Just give us backup on the streets while we do our targeted operations to get illegal criminals out of our country, and then we wouldn't have to be there facing these types of situations that we face with violent rioters who are impacting and attacking our law enforcement officers. That's all. Those are the two requests that we've asked of them. We've asked them to help us do that so that we can continue to see success in Minneapolis like we see in so many other cities and communities across the country. But they have refused because they want us talking about attacking law enforcement officers instead of the fraud and the theft that they facilitated in
Freaking liars.
One thing I'd like to do before I take your questions on that situation on the storm is give you a few facts about the storm and what we're facing here in the coming days. This storm...
Bunch of liars. Bunch of liars. He's... Look, these are the lies they said. They said he came at them with a 9mm handgun. When he had a phone. And I am gonna make, you know what, I'm gonna get off live and I'm gonna edit this video to zoom it in so everybody can see. Actually, I got the video right here. I'm gonna do it right now on live. Hold on, guys. Let me do this and now I got the video right here on my phone. I got the video right here on my phone. Let me zoom in. Guys, I'm gonna put this live and I'm gonna upload it right now. Because this has to be known. Up. Okay. Yep, it shows right there. Okay. Okay, slow down. Then. Yep, it slows down. Yep, it shows right there. Let me slow it down even more. Yep. Okay, guys. I'm uploading it as we speak. Okay, I'm uploading now. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm uploading it right now live. Okay, then okay, how do I make speed? Okay, I got it, guys. I got it. Go. I'm about to upload it. We're gonna review it right now. Thank you for the like. We're gonna review. We just found it on live together, where the ICE agent fires a weapon on accident. Oh man, this is about to go viral, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Guys, this is about to go viral. This is about to go viral. Look. Yep. Okay, I'm uploading now. We're gonna watch it together. I slow it down too. I slow it down too. I'm uploading now. It's uploading. 1 second, guys. One second, guys. I'm making it more slower. Let me see. Sorry, 1 second. Let me mute this one. 1 second, I'm editing the video. 1 second.
Slow down the foot ice shooting that just took place.
Okay, I uploaded it. Guys. Sorry. I just uploaded it. Let's see. I it just caught my eye, you know. So look. Look right here. Look, see the gun fires. The gun fires while he's running away. You see this? That's what started. Look, and I'll put it side by side. Facebook. Look. Look, so you don't think I'm lying? I'm putting side by side. The incident. Okay. That happened here. Look, we just found this on live because it caught my eye. Like when he's running away. Look, when he's running away, the ICE agent, he fires the weapon in accident, and then that's when everybody starts shooting. Look, he throws the clip. Look, he turns around. You see right here? Right here's the flash. You see the flash? Look. Look. Right there. You see that? You see the flash right here? Look, that's the flash. You saw that? And then everybody starts shooting him afterwards. It was the ICE agent's fault. Bro, the ICE agent misfired the gun. Look right here. You see that? You see that? Look, right? You see that? That's what the gun got fired at. You see that, right? The ICE agent ran away. He fired the gun. The ICE agent fired the gun, and then everybody started shooting the guy. Look, see right there. He turns around. He fires the gun, but on accident. You see, right here is the same thing. You see that little the thing? He fired the gun running away, and then everybody smoked the guy. Bro, I just found this. We just found this online. I was like, what is that little thing? Is that a flash? Look. You see the flash? You guys saw the flash? You saw that? He shot the gun. And then everybody started shooting the guy. That ICE officer shot the gun on accident, running away. Everybody heard the commotion and started shooting the guy. Bro! Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I just found that out, yo. Bro, we just saw this on live, my guy. Look. Look, right there. He fires the gun right there. Look, you see? You see the trail right there? Bro. He shot the gun. After this shot, they start shooting the guy like crazy. All right, I'm gonna go close this one. You see that? He runs away and shoots the guy on an accident. Look right there. You see the trail? Right here's the trail. Bro. Yeah, that's what triggered everybody to shoot. He shot the gun on accident. You see it right here. This guy, they need to investigate this and discipline. He shot a gun on accident. Running away unresponsibly. Yo. We just found that on stream, bro. We just found that on stream. Bro, we just found this on stream, guys. This guy fired the gun accidentally and then made everybody else shoot their guns. Bro. Look, the flash is right there. See, that's a gun thing. Bro, make this go viral. Clip me. Clip me. I just uploaded this. I'm the first one who just found this. Look, he runs away. And see the trail smoke right there? The gun, the bullet, you can see the bullet leave the, you see the flash? Bro! Oh my god, that's crazy, my guy. Bro, we just found this on stream, bro. This ICE agent fired the gun accidentally and made everybody else fire into the guy. Look, you can see the bullet thing right here. I'm not the smartest person, all right? I'm not this. Okay, then explain this. You don't see the flash? Then don't listen to me, bro. Leave. What are you talking about? Leave. Nobody's. But thanks for the engagement, though. You could have just left and not said anything, genuine American. If you don't like this, you could have just left. I wouldn't even have found you out. But thanks for the engagement. See ya. See ya. This ICE agent shot the gun on accident and then trigger everybody else to shoot the guy. See that? And then boom, 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 boom. Look right there. He shoots it on accident. You know how responsible that is? Because that could ricochet and hit any one of these guys. It could have just ricocheted and hit anybody of these guys. Right there. You see the trail? I'll slow it down for genuine American. You know, you said I'm not the smartest person, but I made you watch my stream. So get out of here. But thanks for the engagement, bro. Look at that. He turns around. Shoots a gun. Look at that. But then everybody else starts firing the weapon at him. Side by side. Right there. See? You see the flash. The flash right there. He triggered, obviously when they hear a gunshot, everybody's going to react and they shot the guy. But this guy is the one that turned around with the finger on the trigger. The gun went off, and then set everything else in motion. Look right there. You see that? Right there. Oh, that's crazy. Obviously, all this training that agents have. Right there. He shot the gun in accident. He shot the gun in accident. Trigger everything else that came forward after that. Right. But nobody's gonna blame the guy for setting everything off, right? Ain't that right? Genuine American 3333. Yep. Yeah, they're cooked. Yeah, they're cooked. That's crazy. Is the government gonna say we gonna discipline the guy for? Because if you shoot a weapon, right, in the open, you go to jail. You just go to jail. You know, you discharge a weapon. I think that's a felony. Crazy. Yeah, the clips are going viral on my Instagram. Hold on, let me see what Yeah, they did. You know what they said? They said that this guy came in brandishing. Look, I'll put it right here. Right here. We'll see what Greg Vivino just said. It's on the 1 minute mark.
Approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
He approached agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. That's what he said. That's what he said, right? He approached Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Is that a handgun? That's a freaking phone.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Wrong one. That's a 9mm semi-automatic handgun? Tell us what else, Greg.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted.
He violently resisted. I see him putting his phone in his pocket. He got pepper sprayed. He grabs the lady to protect her. Right? They throw him to the floor. You see, his hands are right here. Where's the violence at? Where's the violence at? They smack him in the face with the gas canister. He's quarreling with his hands. What did Greg say? What was that, Greg? Oh, Greggy. What was that?
Operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Okay, Greg. What else?
The agents attempted to disarm the individual.
Yeah, crazy how people defend this. Yeah, I know. The proof is right there. Kristi Noem just doubled down on it. He said the same thing. She said the same thing Greg just said.
But he violently resisted.
He violently resisted. Is it swinging at the agents? Violently resisting is like swinging at the agents, trying to grab their guns and all that stuff. He never did that. They throw the clip right here. Look, his hands are still visible. His hands are visible at all times. You see that? You see that? You saw the flash right now. And then everybody starts shooting the guy. You saw that? What else, Greg? Tell us what else we missed.
Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
If fire is that a defensive shot, Mr. Greg? Right here. Is that a defensive shot? Right here. Look. Is this a defensive shot? Right there. Is that a defensive shot? Guys, like Genuine American said, you're not the smartest person, but I just have eyes. You guys have eyes. We're watching the video live. And what the government said.
Safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
Is that a defensive shot?
Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID.
But let me put the video to the beginning. We're gonna watch what he's saying, and we're gonna put this side by side.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered.
I put the voice over the video. What do you guys see? Don't take my word for it. Or like Genuine American just said. What am I talking about? Thank you for that, man. I really appreciate that. Lost. Let's put this side by side. Everybody clip this. Everybody clip this and post it everywhere. I'm gonna put what he's saying and what the events transpire, right? Right here. Okay, that's where it starts. Everybody clip this, all right? Thank you. Everybody clip this. What the government's saying and what happened. Side by side.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene.
You heard it. Lost. I'll probably do that right now, to be honest. Oh, just clip this, bro. Can you clip this for me? I'll put it right now, side by side, like we just did it right now. I don't need to make a video right now. It just did it by itself. Look, I'm gonna put Greg from the beginning, bro. You ready to clip it? Let me know when you're ready to clip it. Just send it to me on Instagram or on Facebook, GNV Pod. Ready? Look. I'm gonna start it, right?
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene.
Bro, the government continues to lie and double down. We just saw it. I just played the video, bro. And the thing that actually cost him his life was this ICE agent misfiring the weapon he just took from the individual. Look right there. See that? Look. See that? Right there. See? I'll put it right here. You see that? Right there. You see that? You see that? He shot the weapon first. I'm not lying to you. I'm not like the government making up lies, bro. We're watching this live. We just broke things down. Like, what 6ix9ine said? I walk shit down. Wow, that's crazy. Hold on. The message in me. And now watch how the story is going to change in their favor. Oh man, I don't know what to tell you guys. And it's crazy how people are like, no, he was resisting. He was never resisting. Like he wasn't fighting back violently. Like, we're seeing it frame by frame. Frame by frame. Look, frame by frame. You know what? Hold on, man. I'm gonna do the video right now. I got both videos. I'm just gonna extract the audio from one video. Can I do this live right now? Oh man, I probably could do it right now, but I'm just gonna leave you guys without talking for like 5 minutes. It's just crazy, man. And Christy just doubled down on it too. Look, I'll show you guys. She said the same thing this guy said, Greg. The same thing. Right here.
We've been working at the federal level to take care of their cities on end. We just ask that everyone would, I don't know of any peaceful cities and communities across the country, turn them over to us so we can and protected them from. I'll remind you that Governor Walz law enforcement are doing everything that they can to protect the public. Officers at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. About hundreds around him and driving without a valid license.
Okay, I said the lie she said.
Individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with an.
I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna do the same thing I just did, right? This way.
Whose criminal history included
She's
domestic
gonna start
assault
talking.
with intentionally inflicting bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. An individual approached U.S. Border.
Ready? An individual. Let's put what Chrissy just said, right? Side by side, like we did earlier. Ready? You guys ready? Let's do it one more time.
Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. About hundreds of protests.
Does that look like somebody that came in there to harm law enforcement? I don't think so. And Lost, I really appreciate the support, man. I'm probably gonna do that video right now and break it down. You know what? I am gonna do that. I'm gonna go off live right now, but I'll probably go back give me an hour. Give me an hour to make the video. Frame by frame. Thank you guys for the support. Rest in peace to this guy. He didn't deserve to get murdered. All right, I'm gonna break down the video right now, and I'm gonna hit you guys. Give me 1 hour, right, bro? And thank you for the support, especially Genuine American. He says, "What are you?" He said, "I've listened 2 minutes of this. What the heck are you talking about? I guess you are not the smartest person. I can't even listen to this crap." But thank you for the engagement. Thank you, man. Thank you, Lost. I appreciate it, man. And Please follow me on all my social medias. We just broke this down, and breaking this down, we found this, where the ICE agent accidentally shoots the gun. You know, we're doing what the media is failing to do, especially Fox News, bro. Like you know, what happened to like, why are we doing? When I was little, I used to like listen to like the news and like believe everything they said. Now I grew up, and it's all a lie. What else have they lied about? If they're lying to this, if they're lying to us about this, when we have the clear evidence in front of us, where there's 6 different angles, what else are they lying about? You know, when she's saying this individual approached Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, and then we look at the video, right? We look at the video, and we're like, that looks like a phone. No, he came there to massacre agents, inflict maximum damage. He was violently resistant. How? He agents tried to disarm him. When? His hands are in the floor. You know? His hands are in the floor. He came there to cause to do a massacre. What are you guys talking about? That was the ICE agent who misfired the weapon. Look, right there. Talk about that. All right, man. I'm gonna get off, and I'm gonna be back on later once the video break comes out. I appreciate every one of you and all the follows. I appreciate you. I know I'm a small YouTuber, but I appreciate everything you guys do for me. You know, the engagement. Thank you for Instagram. Is blowing up. I think we're almost at 22,000 subscribers. Facebook, we're like almost close to 14,000, and on TikTok we're like 12,000 almost. Thank you for everything. I'm gonna make the video right now, breaking everything down. Please follow me, like, and I want to do a special shout out to that genuine American 333 who said I'm not the smartest person, but yeah, he's watching my channel. And I thank you again for Lost 4L. Appreciate the support, man. You know, I appreciate every one of you, and we're gonna have to do the media's job. I'm just a regular person like you, man. And I saw this, and it's an injustice. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go back live like in an hour or two once I'm done with the video.